Our goal is to develop individuals and um, so that they are interested in construction and that they are Christ-like leaders, so that they build others through their service, their Christ-like service, and that all of us lead with integrity, that we design, construct, and connect with our communities, and that we grow our knowledge continually. It's really important to us that each one of us has a good career, good job. We understand design and construction. We're in our communities, we're building in our communities, we're connecting and developing our communities. That's part of who we are as builders. And in order to do that, construction is so diverse that we have to learn how to keep growing, how to keep learning about our industry, about people, about how buildings go together. And buildings don't build them by themselves. And so a lot of who we are is we're leaders. There's other people who are building these buildings. And so we're striving to help our students understand, as well as ourselves, how do we lead in a way that always maintains integrity, whether that be we're building others through Christ-like service, or we're building a project and we have to lead the team on the project. So we're constantly focused on those key elements.
Focus their priorities on why they're doing what they're doing and what the big picture reason is for. Yes, it's for work and supporting your family and caring for your family, but it's more importantly to do what the Lord's work. And that's why we're here. And to take and have them realize I'm going to work to support my family and make an impact, but I'm more importantly doing the work of the Lord wherever I'm at, and to have them think about that wherever they're working or living.
Working as a faculty member within the Department of Design and Construction Management, I'm frequently asked questions like, what's different about your department in BYU, Idaho? Or what unique opportunities are there within your department? Having been a student in the department, graduated in 2008, and then subsequently teaching in the department for 10 years, I think there's several things that sets our department apart from other departments on campus. One of the things is that our faculty have actual real-world industry experience. When I came as a student, I thought that was a tremendous asset to the program, because when I went to class, I was being taught by industry professionals who had been in industry and could provide practical applications for the theory that they taught in class. All of the faculty members in our department come from the construction industry. Another thing that I like are the weekly seminars that are provided by the department. These are put on by industry professionals who come to campus, or in this case, participate via Zoom this semester because of the pandemic. But they come and they tell students about the industry and give them opportunities to get internships and employment. And it's a great opportunity to learn and to find out more about people in the industry and to meet people in the industry. We also have a lot of information sessions where companies come and interview students, provide information about their companies, and provide opportunities for jobs. It's another great excitement builder within the department. The fact that our department requires 2 internships for graduation, sometimes students feel that that's a burden, but in reality, that's a great benefit and opportunity for students to test drive the industry that they're studying. They get to go out and get paid real well to do a job for a semester, and then they can see if that's really what they want to do. And if not, they have another opportunity to do another internship. Most of our students get their jobs through their internships. Another thing that I enjoyed as a student and enjoy as a faculty member are the student competitions. Our students get an opportunity to compete with other construction management students throughout the country in several different competitions. This lets them take the information, the course content that they've been learning in their classes, and apply it to real life situations. And last but certainly not least, I think our society, the Architecture and Construction Management Society, one of the most active and involved societies on campus is a great benefit to the students. They provide a lot of services to the students and provide them opportunity to serve as well.
It's a program that is constantly looking for improvement and wanting to adapt to the ever-changing construction industry because it's changing quickly. And I like that attitude that we're going to be able to continue to look at it, other classes, other technologies, and keep up with the industry standard, actually advancements within the industries, because 10 years from now, we're going to be doing stuff that we didn't even think of today. As things are changing so fast. And so having that mentality that, with, I know the department chair, Brother Sessions, and all the VDC faculty and the construction, they have that in the back of their mind, that how are we going to prepare for the future of construction and design, because it's changing quickly. And with the AR, augmented reality, and the design and the BIM, and getting that together with automating construction processes and stuff too is pretty exciting.
We have the highest placement rate in the university, so our students are getting jobs. I'm not sure if the pay is the highest, but it's got to be like number 1 or 2, right up there. I'm confident have more companies come on campus than most departments. Before COVID, and we shut down campus, we had over 60 companies on campus that semester interviewing. Once students start in our department, once they get into the program, they don't leave. They just fall in love with it. And so for years, we've had one of the lowest turnover rates, or changing from one degree to another, of almost any other department on campus. So those are some things. And obviously we teach design, we teach construction, and other departments don't do that. So those are some things that are unique about us.
Really, just all throughout my life, I've always liked the design part of and making plans for building things. And so I'd always kind of planned on doing architecture. But as I was getting closer to coming to school, I really wanted to come to BYU, Idaho. And I was looking at the different options, and I talked with one of the professors, Brother Walker, and he told me a lot more details about the architecture field. And there were a lot of things I didn't know and that I didn't necessarily really want to handle right now. And he showed me another option with the VDC degree, the Virtual Design and Construction major, where I'd be able to come to BYU, Idaho for all 4 years and be able to receive my degree in that and be able to help design things just like I would if I did architecture. And then if I wanted, I'd be able to go and pursue architecture and get my master's in that and have 2 valuable degrees instead of just 1. And so that really caught my attention. And so far it has been so amazing. I love my classes. In 2 of them, I'm just designing and building a house on 2 different applications on my computer. And it has been so much fun.
So I started looking at construction management as a degree in itself before I went on my mission, because I just knew I wanted to own my own company, and a different college recruiter said construction management was the way to go. And then as I thought about it throughout my mission, I just realized that I've been building stuff my whole life, and I've always enjoyed it when I'm building things, so why not make it a career? So we went with it. You can do a lot of stuff with a construction management degree. I mean, you don't have to be building houses or skyscrapers. You can go manage projects. You can be a tradesman. You can go be plumbers, journeyman. I mean, there's just so many outlets with construction management. And I would argue that the construction management program at BYU, Idaho is the best program for construction management in the West, if not in all the states. But I just think if you enjoy working with people, if you enjoy networking, if you enjoy being outside, or if you enjoy being in an office, there's a job for you in the fields of construction management.
I fell in love with building and residential construction and helping families be able to move into their forever homes or take that next step in their lives. And I knew that most people are going to work for the rest of their lives. No matter how much money you have, you find a desire to work and a passion in what you do. So I realized if I want to do something the next 30 years, I might as well do something I love and get paid for something I enjoy doing. So that's residential construction. And I didn't grow up in that. It wasn't until I was graduating high school to the end that I got into that field. And, you know, I realized the biggest way for me to move up and to learn and to grow was to jump into a program in school like the construction management program we have at BYU, Idaho.
I've had the opportunity to work in a couple different construction jobs. I've worked as a laborer for a framing company here in Rexburg. I did that before my mission. And then this past summer, I also worked for the construction crew of an internet service provider company, using equipment such as excavators, skid steers, directional drills, and vibratory plows. And I just really love the construction industry. It's really nice to see visually a project come together and to watch how it'll be able to affect other people's lives.
Wow.
I actually didn't know what to take. I got on, before I enrolled in the school, I got onto their website and found what majors were available. And I found this major that I'm now in, and I enrolled in the school and signed up for it. And then I just looked in what was really helpful was the grad planner, because it sets up everything for you in semester. And it gives you all of your required courses for that semester in order, and then you can choose your electives and things. So that's how I decided for my first and now second semester.
I was working with a couple of the advisors from the school, and they didn't know specific answers because they were just overall advisors, but they gave me the contact information for Brother Walker and several of the other teachers, and they were so helpful. So I definitely recommend for any other students that have questions, even before they come to BYU Idaho, to reach out to the advisors over the school and also to the teachers. They really do love and care about us, and they're very willing to help us and give us some more counsel and advice.
I stayed on the architecture side of things because I always wanted to do residential. And then this company is who I interned with because I needed something and my dad was able to help me get it. They're on the commercial side of things. So it's been a little different from what I really wanted to do. But the biggest thing from college that helped me was Bluebeam, believe it or not. Like, of all the things that we learned, all the things that we did, Bluebeam was the biggest one for me. And we really only touched on it in like one class for like a couple weeks. And then I went on my internship and I had to kind of wing it a little bit. And I figured out how to use that program with the knowledge that I was given from school. And I was like, I know I can do this. Just have to figure out how. Because the company used to do everything on paper. You'd get a drawing and I'd have to print out dozens of pages and highlight everything with a marker. And then I was able to use that knowledge I had gained from BYU to figure out how to do it digitally. So then the drawings, we weren't wasting paper. We could get it done faster because it was already on the computer. It looked a lot neater. And then we could send the project counts off to whoever we needed to, and it not just be on the one physical copy. And so that really helped me in my career because I was then able to, as an intern, have them completely overhaul how they did their takeoffs and make it all digital, so that I was then able to work remotely from Idaho when I came back to school. And then they kept me on through my last several semesters and then hired me full time. And so that gave my family and I the opportunity we needed to get out here. And then I've just continued to try and use my education with Revit. I am the only person in the entire office who knows how to use Revit. So that was really fun when they come to you and they're like, hey, we have this project coming in Revit. You're the only person we know. And it was nice to feel that my skills were being valued and that I was able to actually put into effect all the things I had learned.
I definitely think there's room for improvement, as there always is, and that's one of the things I love about BYU Idaho is they're growing and improving every year and even every semester. But everything that I took's been helpful because we use, we have designers and drafters that use Revit. We have estimators, we have schedulers, everything you can think of. And without that knowledge, rounding me in what we get at BYU Idaho, I wouldn't be as well of a project manager and well-rounded and understanding what they're going through. If, let's say I just came from field work and going straight into that, I may, get more frustrated with estimators or schedulers because I don't understand what they're going through. Whereas at BYU Idaho, we get the opportunity to become well-rounded and focused on each and every one of those programs that allow us to then know, all right, where do I really want to go? And that's one of my favorite things about BYU Idaho is it allows us to realize and dabble in every little thing that all shapes us to be in management, but ultimately to decide what side of management.
It's impacted my job in a way that I know more than my managers and bosses over me expected me to know. So they didn't expect me to know how to read soils reports or read a survey properly or read a plan without having any issues. So as far as classes went, I think I just know more than they expected coming out of college. And then also I just have just a bit ahead of all the other kids that they were talking to coming out of college. And that comes in part with not just the classes, but the internships that are so highly encouraged at BYUI.
With my first semester, I had a real struggle with one teacher, and that's part of why I pulled away. And when I came back, I had a whole new perspective on things. And so I was able to bond with the teachers better and to break out of my shell and try and understand Brother Hewish's his sarcasm, which I struggle with, but to just listen to him and to bond with them and realize these men have so much experience. There's so much that can learn from. They're not just a teacher. These guys have done what they're teaching. They didn't just graduate college and start reading out of a textbook to tell me what to do. They have years and a wealth of information, and they want to share every bit of it. Just knowing I could go and talk to any of them and have any of my questions answered, no matter how hard I was struggling with an assignment or a project or a group thing, or I just didn't get along with this person who I'm stuck with, I could go and I could talk to them and they would help me and they would give me instructions, they would give me pointers. Sometimes they would lighten the load, and it just being able to trust that professor, whoever it was, and know that you can come to them in confidence and get help with your assignments so that you can do the best that you can do is just a fantastic feeling.
See, the most important thing is get involved as soon as possible because you want to get surrounded with those upperclassmen. Get involved in competitions. That's one thing I wish I would have done sooner. When I first came into the program in 2016, I was like, oh, competitions for your shoot, I can't do that, or I'm not well enough to do that. And I realized, no, it's for everybody. Everybody jumps in. Everybody can participate. I think of Kinsey, who was just a first-year freshman and jumped down on our NAHB team, and she was a major help, and she was learning, and you know, there's things that made her better and improved, but she was always willing to jump in and help and do whatever she needed to. And so you're going to learn more and realize, is this something I want to do or not? The sooner you jump in, get all feet in. Don't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because then you're going to waste so much time. And let's say you get 3 years in and realize, oh, this isn't what I want to do. And now you have to start over essentially. So I would say jump in as soon as possible. Get 2 feet in, join the ASC team, the CM challenge, do ACMS, or go ahead and get on an NHB team. Either one of those things, if you get involved in one or all of them, are going to allow you to know if this is what's for you and what's right.